Welcome to Watchmen. You all wanted me to watch this really bad, so here I am. Too many people have told me it's really amazing. And this is not what I expected from the start. I feel like already within the first couple seconds, they're really starting to speak on the image of the police and authority. I'm very curious as to what's going on here. Hold up. I know you all said the Tulsa massacre was in the first episode. Is it right now? Of course it is. Okay, shit, we're just jumping right in. Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh. Fuck, dude. I can tell right from the start this show ain't holding back. Holy shit. Should really just stay down, kid. God damn. This is so sad. Boy's being brave and strong, just like his dad told him. Alright, it looks like we're to modern day. God damn. Heavy ass opening scene.
Your face?
What did you just say to me?
Hey, I'm
Huh.
sorry, officer.
Is that a Rorschach mask? I did read the graphic novels before I started watching this. People said it would be helpful. That's very different to actual modern day.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Holy fucking shit. So is it a race thing or is it a cop thing? Who's the cavalry? What the fuck is going on? So all cops hide their face like that? They're just trying to stop the spread of COVID? Sorry, poor taste kind of joke, but I'm confused. So they don't want people seeing the cops' faces at all. Why? Is it an accountability kind of thing?
But he's probably
I have a lot of questions right now. I'm really digging it though. This has got me hooked right off the bat. Is the cavalry attacking police in particular?
He was leaving school.
Because they're really big about this whole hiding cops' identities.
We have protocols.
Is it just a play on the idea of they think cops are superheroes?
If we don't have walls,
Oh shit, Dr.
it all
Manhattan.
comes tumbling down.
Were you born there before or after it became a state?
What?
A couple years before.
I know the Watchmen universe takes place in a different reality,
just
but
outside of Saigon, and when I grew up,
That's a pretty
I was
big
a police
change.
officer there, and
Your bakery. Did you pay for it with red fredation?
Tommy,
fuck him up. I don't fully get why he needs to fuck him up,
don't
but
tilt your head back, just pinch your nose.
you can tell he was being a little shit, so
Why'd you hit him? God damn it.
what? It's raining squid? Does this have to do with what Ozymandias did? You know, making the big squid creature that wiped out half of New York?
Let's get the truck.
Oh, it's Yaya. Not gonna lie, he saved the Aquaman movie for me. Black Manta was the coolest part of that. What the fuck? I am so intrigued, but I'm also not understanding what is going on. Okay. Got a little bit of the Matrix vibes from this. This universe Richard Nixon was president for like 30 years, right? So she's working with the cops?
Turn into extended gutters, overflowing with liberal tears. Soon all the whores and race traitors will shout, "Save us," and we will whisper, "No."
Rorschach, I think you might have created something
We are
far
the
worse than you
7th
wanted to.
Cavalry.
In this universe, is it essentially like the cops are not a part of racial violence?
Cavalry's back.
And the cavalry is attacking the cops because they're
3 years ago.
race traitors?
We
Like,
convinced ourselves that they were. It's my funeral. Quis
I feel
custodiet
like that was heavy
impos
foreshadowing.
custodies.
Cereal, I think.
If
This
I
is an
defecate
interesting
on the
interrogation
American flag,
technique.
how that make you feel?
I don't have any sympathy for a white supremacist.
Cattle ranch.
Shit. Oh, they just need the lithium batteries? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. You get hit with one of those bullets, you're not gonna live through that. Probably should have come at the house from all sides, not just one.
They got a fucking plane.
Fuck him up. Oh, look who it is.
Fucker! Spit it out! Spit it out, motherfucker! Spit it out!
God damn it. Oh shit, that's fucking cool. That's one way to deal with it. Damn. Oh, that was a really cool transition right there. Why do I feel like this has got to be like Ozymandias? Is that him? This is like 20, 30 years after what happened in the graphic novels. I feel like that could be him.
Welcome home, Mustard.
Be about the right age.
Alphonse.
They said Vite was dead though. The ticking clock is getting louder. It's making me nervous.
It's all right with me. Joe Keane was a real cowboy, unlike our current.
Don't like that we're in the car with him right now.
Now, 30 years of Redford, what have we got to show for it?
Something bad's gonna happen.
More animals we can't say, let him ride.
Oh, that just gave me a headache. Oh. I feel like you should answer the phone, but I wouldn't stop either. I'd be like, that shit can wait.
Okay. God damn it.
That sucks. What the fuck do you want?
Hello. Watch the street. If anybody pulls up other than me, fucking shoot them before they get to the porch.
Okay.
Get you a man who's a ride or die. Oh, fuck. No way, is that the fucking kid from the Tulsa massacre? Holy shit. I mean, I called it earlier in this episode. They foreshadowed his death kind of hard. Oh, that's a solid callback to the comic. Is that the end of the episode? I kind of want a little bit more than that. Ah, fuck me. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it, but I have a lot of questions. So yeah, I have a lot of questions still, but that was a really engaging first episode. And I feel like the biggest question I still have is how did the events of history play out differently? I'm assuming that it goes with what the graphic novel said, where Nixon was president for like 30 years. I think they said the new president is Redford, and I do not know if they're referring to Robert Redford or if it's just a completely different person, just happens to have the last name Redford. And again, it seems a little odd because they opened the episode with the Tulsa massacre, which was perpetuated by white supremacists like the 7th Cavalry and actual state officials and the police, but that would have technically been before like the superhero era, according to the graphic novel. So did that change things so that the police are not as corrupt and racially violent as they are today? Because they also had that system where they weren't even allowed to pull out their weapons unless they were given direct permission to do so and, you know, buzzed out. But the little boy that we saw at the Tulsa massacre killed Chief Judd, which to me implies that the police have been a part of the problem, or at least specifically he was. Like, I am confusion. I don't quite get it. And if I'm just not getting it because I'm slow, feel free to, you know, fill me in, but don't spoil anything that might happen in the next, you know, future episodes. Because they have at least made it clear that the 7th Cavalry is a group of white supremacists who want to kill people of color and race traitors and fill the streets with liberal tears. So it seems clear they're a white supremacist, extremist, far-right kind of group. And the fact that they're so adamantly against the police confuses me, because as we've seen with shit that's happened this year alone, it's kind of the opposite for our reality, where white supremacist groups are almost unanimously in favor of law enforcement. So yeah, I'm super intrigued. This puts things in a completely different perspective or a different lens, but I don't quite know how yet. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm certainly interested. There's also the big question as to who that guy was who was living on this huge estate with his 2 servants. If I had to guess, based off of his age, what he looks like, I would think he's Ozymandias, but they gave you that little moment on the headlines where they said that Veidt was dead, which could just be total bullshit. As I said, one of the biggest points of the original graphic novel was how much the government and people in power hide from the rest of the world. So I feel like he could have easily faked that. But they never confirmed who he was, never said his name, and his 2 servants were weird as hell. And superheroes appear to be like actual cops. Like, there's cops who don't show their identities, and then there are the costume superheroes who are also essentially just cops. So yeah, this is intriguing. Like, this is really interesting. I have a lot to think about. And Regina King was a fucking badass in this episode. I don't know if they said her like hero code name in the episode. I don't really remember, but whoever she is, she's fucking awesome. And it seems like all the heroes, similar to the original Watchmen, are more on the anti-hero side. They're not afraid to kill. They're not afraid to do some very immoral things to get the job done and to get information out of people. And there's also the big question as to what's up with the squid that seem to rain down from the sky periodically, enough so that they have an alarm system for it to warn people. And I feel like that has to be related to Ozymandias, because again, he created like a giant squid monster to trick the whole world into thinking there was some kind of alien attack, when really it was him just trying to bring about his own fucked up version of world peace. Which, good job, didn't work. Lots of questions. And they seem to be putting a particular bit of attention on the character Hooded Justice, who, if I recall, was not in the Watchmen movie and was kind of like a side character in the original graphic novel. but he was shown and referenced a few times in this episode, making me think that he is an important player. I don't know how. I feel like I'm just being stupid and I'm not understanding a lot of this shit, but like I said, it's episode 1. I feel like they're intentionally trying to confuse me at least a little bit. So let's jump into the technicals. Cinematography was very, very good. I don't think I've ever really seen an HBO series that didn't have pretty outstanding cinematography work during the episode, but I loved the transition from the stars to the beach, which led into the countryside, where you get to see who I think is Ozymandias, or at least somehow related to him in some way. And the visual effects are very, very good. Again, something you kind of expect from an HBO series, but yeah, they're really next level on this show. I would even say they're a little bit better than what I saw in Lovecraft Country, and Lovecraft Country had some really, really solid visuals. Music in this episode was very, very good. Even though I feel like it might be slightly out of place, I feel like it was a really cool transition where they used that song from Future to go into the present day. And the actual score itself is very electronic, which suits the tone of the show really, really well, I think. Acting in this episode was very good from pretty much everybody involved. I would have to give the #1 spot to Regina King, because not only was she the main character, but she was able to play a lot of different emotions in this episode in a really interesting way, especially in the scene where she's first introduced, how she's kind of balancing motherly instincts with a lot of trauma that is just right under the surface. And then when she's in her superhero persona, she's got this like air of power about her where she's just completely confident in who she is and what she does, and it's really cool to watch. Editing and pacing was very solid. I don't think it went too fast or too slow. Presented a lot of really intriguing ideas and characters without throwing too much at me all at once, and it certainly got me hooked. I am very, very invested in whatever the show is leading me towards. Overall, I'd give this episode a 9 out of 10 for the first one. Like I said, it presents so many intriguing ideas and questions that thoroughly confuse me, but don't like push me out of it. It's not so confusing that I don't have any desire to continue. It's confusing in the ways you want it to be, where it just makes you want to figure out the answers and see how this history played out differently, what the current state of the world is, and you better believe I will be continuing on with this show and figuring out exactly what's going on. And like I said, do not spoil it in the comments, please. So thank you all for recommending the show. I am glad I'm starting it, and that's about it.